Hey everybody, welcome back to Straight Talk, No BS. I'm Jay, I'm your host tonight. This is Tanya on the side of me.
Hey,
we got Taz in the right hand corner and Nay downstairs. How you ladies doing?
Me here,
Hey, what's going on?
y'all
ready for some
chat time.
Ooh, it's been a day, y'all.
Always.
Our lights kept bouncing on and off, so we had to get in the rain and make a trip to get to a safe location so we can do this show. But anyway, hi everybody out in the audience, y'all. Tatiana, all the rest of y'all, how y'all doing tonight? All right, ladies, y'all, we just gonna jump on into what's on your mind. Mm-hmm. How about that?
Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit what's going on.
All right, y'all. You know, y'all have those apps on your phone where it keeps up with the news and all of that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
and y'all see everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it make you feel all type of ways,
Make me wanna
depressed,
click 'em off.
stressed. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna get this off my phone. But anyway, y'all, I want to talk about a situation that happened not too long ago. It was a guy in Houston that got killed by his baby mama's boyfriend. Mm-hmm. And what had happened was this guy, his girlfriend was outside the house. And so his baby mama came over with 5 other girls to jump on his girlfriend. Mm-hmm. So he wasn't gonna let that happen. So he jumped in between and he, moved the girl just like that with his hand. He didn't hit her or nothing like that. Now this is his baby mama that he pushed out the way. Mm-hmm. So she was upset about it. She went and told her current boyfriend about it. Everybody started rushing over to the house. And so the current boyfriend, he was outside just standing up, everybody loud talking. You would have thought it was a family reunion outside. So anyway, she tells her current boyfriend, there he is right there. The guy, he was in his doorway of his house, leaning, just sitting there, smoking a cigarette. And so his baby mama says, there he is right there. He's the one that pushed me like that. So her current boyfriend went over to her ex-boyfriend and just shot him in the chest and killed him.
That's that
because
crazy,
the girl
stuff.
told him that he had hit her.
That's some crazy
That's
stuff.
That's excessive.
And that's what's going on in the world.
Girl, that's what's going on. Some of what's going on.
Man.
What do y'all think about that? Do y'all think that was excessive?
Absolutely excessive.
Do you think she should be charged with a crime?
Yeah. She's gonna be charged with a crime.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. There's no choice.
She's gonna be charged.
They're probably gonna get her with what is
accessory?
Instigation or whatever.
Incite.
Yeah.
Look, inciting a riot.
Any of those, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't believe it. And so, and the crazy thing about it is that she recorded all of this on Facebook Live.
That's what, oh my God.
Yes.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Them damn social apps.
So they went and they arrested the guy, but I don't think she got arrested yet. So everybody's.
She needs to be.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying.
It's either that or his family gonna do something to her. So she better hope the police get her.
So she need to turn herself in, huh?
She might as well. She might as well.
Real quick.
So y'all, that what was on my mind. That was crazy. I couldn't believe it. That you had your current boyfriend to come over to kill your baby daddy.
That's horrible.
And now your child don't even have a daddy anymore.
I'm trying, but she had a baby.
But
not have a mama anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say the child gonna lose both parents.
And then the sad part is what are you going over there to fight his current girlfriend for? Is it because you still got feelings for him? You still really want to be in that spot and you're not there no more, so you got a problem with it?
Question of the day.
Let it go. If y'all are not together, you ain't listen. We ain't got to talk no more. We ain't got
Be
to
done with it.
We don't have to say nothing to each other. I don't care who it is you date or what you got going on. If it does not affect my child, I don't care. I'll let it go.
And the bad part about it, she brought 5 other girls with her.
And that don't
5 other girls.
And that don't make no sense. And then the current boyfriend, he dumb as hell for even doing it. Been like, well, shit, did he just push it? Okay, maybe he was pushing you out the way. They don't nowadays. They don't stop to think. You know what I'm saying? And then these girls, you know what I'm saying? They got it's like it's their word completely. They gonna go off of what the girl say. She could been lied or anything. And
because she's upset that he's with another woman.
Yeah,
but okay, so it's the man's job to protect the woman, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
When you protect yours,
but you're supposed to check into that. You're not supposed to go all ape to just crazy and just instinct. First of all, you have no evidence. Pick up the telephone. Have an argument over the phone first. I'm just saying, get into it over the phone if you just got to confront the dude about something.
If y'all are all right there, why not say, man, hey, man to man, let me talk to you. Let me holler at you. You know what I'm saying? And find out what's going on. Instead, you listening to her.
And then you got all these people outside. They got you all hyped up, pumping it up, talking about, there he is. There he is.
There it is.
So he didn't even go over and even have conversation. He just shot him 7 times in the chest. And then, to make matters worse, then he went inside his pockets to get his belongings. He did. Right on camera. Right on Facebook Live.
So now I'm thinking, did he go over there and shoot him not because he pushed her, but because he probably had fear that they might get back together and he don't want to lose her just yet?
Girl, now that's something. Now that's something. I ain't think, girl. I think. And the
crazy thing, at the end of the live video that she was doing, she goes, "I didn't think that he was gonna do that." Really?
She knew what she knew.
That reminded me of that. Remember those young girls that Facebook Live at Walmart?
Yeah.
Why are you doing all that on media like that? And then come on back there talking about, I didn't mean to, or we didn't think, or all of that stuff. That's
crazy.
Lies. Absolutely
crazy.
Excessive and lies.
There was a lot of things though in our childhood, y'all, if you all stop and think about it, that young girls and young guys did that was stupid and belligerent. The only difference is that we didn't have social media back then, because if we did, ain't no telling which way our ass would have went. I mean,
that's not the only difference, Nay. We would have gave him a country ass whooping with our fist. You know what I'm saying? We would have gave him that type of ass whooping. We wouldn't go to the extreme of pulling out a gun and just blowing your head off without saying 2 words.
Yeah, but I'm still saying, look at how people used to bully back when we were in school for no apparent reason. You just bullying somebody because your day don't go right or because you're not a popular kid. The only thing is that time changed with us. Yeah, we knew we wouldn't have pulled no guns and all this, that, and the other. You gonna take an ass whooping, win, lose, or draw. But at the end of the day, some shit that happened when we was kids, it was utterly dumb. Now that I'm 46 and I think about it, like that shit.
Like the fights that you done had, or the reason behind it, and all that. And I'm gonna be. And
I damn sure ain't finna fight over no man, baby. If you want him, you can have him. I'm not. It ain't even that important to me.
When I look back now, some of the things, all the stuff in school, I ain't gonna lie and say I regret. I do. I regret the fact that I didn't do a little more then. And
well, you only brought a whole knife to school. I think that was enough.
Oh, my bad.
Dang.
I did. And the craziest part about it, when I think about that, is they had no clue. Like, they didn't even know what they were in for. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because you walk around here, you don't know that person's day. You don't know what that person is fed up with. You don't know, you know what I'm saying? This person has it on their mind. You know what I'm saying?
Amber says, these young people today just go to the extreme. Then they are like, I didn't think. Yeah, they always want to weigh out and they always try to make excuses. But no, they need to pay the price for what they do.
Well, it's simply because they care more about their status in the streets with their friends rather than to be smart. Ain't nothing wrong with weighing your options. Ain't nothing wrong with sitting back and saying, man, I don't think I'm gonna do that. If that everybody's gonna think you a punk, shit, be that punk. I'll tell you in a minute. Somebody tell me, bitch, you just scared. Okay, I am. I'll be that scared.
And now that you brought that up,
you want to.
now that you brought that up, I didn't understand why the guy didn't turn around and walk off. He sat there in the doorway and let this man walk up to him. You see the man with his hands in his pants like he's holding a weapon. Why didn't you turn around and run in the house and lock the door? I don't care if somebody called me a punk. I'ma live to tell the story the next day.
Or maybe
Hell yeah, I'ma run.
Maybe
put it up.
He just thought that, maybe he just thought that him coming over there, okay, here we go. We finna get into an argument. We probably gonna fight, and that would have been the end of it. You know, him not.
Who would have thought it would be
of course,
end in death?
You standing in your doorway. Not, you know what I'm saying? You don't think somebody's gonna come over there and shoot you. You don't think that, okay, this fool walking up, what's finna go on there? She done went and told him I pushed her, so I guess we finna fight. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy. That's what that is.
And then the messed up part about it is everybody was standing around instigating this whole situation. Then once they heard that gunfire, they just sprint like roaches. I mean, it was gone. Okay, well, Tanya, what's on your mind? Jump to you.
So I was reading something the other day, and it just made me. I don't know. I just want y'all to tell me if you feel like this is something interesting. We were talking about social media, right? So it made me think of there's Tinder, y'all, these dating apps, right? Social dating apps. You know how there's certain limitations on who you can find out or what information you can truly find out about somebody, right? So you never are really able to find out if they're got a background or whatever. Well, Tinder evidently is going to launch something new to where you can swipe and check a person's criminal background. Now, it comes at a price, of course, they say, but this is tentative. You know, it's supposed to come out. They're trying it. They're trying to test the water and see what people's reactions are for it. But the whole purpose is to protect women or people against people or talk and introduce to people who have violent backgrounds. But my question to you guys, I think we could probably all agree that might be a good idea. But what about the people's records who are just maybe like misdemeanors or something simple? That's kind of like a violation to me. And when I read it, I was like, yeah, that might be a good idea. But checking everybody's background just because you're checking into it, it could be something minor or whatever. I don't want you all in my business. You get what I'm saying? Is that a violation of other people's privacy? I mean, I don't think so. I think it's the right thing to do.
I'm not going to disagree with it because my past relationship of 18 years, I did a criminal and federal background check on him without him knowing because I had to hook up in the Dallas Police Department. That's the only reason that went the way it went. Damn. But I wanted to know who the hell I was talking to. So I need state and federal background because he was from Chicago. So there was all I had to go off is what he said.
True.
You know? And no, he didn't have a criminal background, but over time he had a mental problem that took me away.
I was about to say.
But would you have been say you were on the receiving end and found out the person that you're dating went all through your whole background before you had an opportunity, and it's nothing really that you wanted to hide, and maybe you just was going to talk to him about in your own due time. But would you be offended if to find out whoever you're dating or talking to found out about you?
No. And I say no because you're inviting this person into your home. You want to know who it is you sharing your space with, period. And if you get offended because I did it or I thought about doing it, then it's something you trying to hide. I wouldn't sneak and go behind your back and do it, but if we had the conversation, it's just like getting an STD test done, an AIDS test. Or whatever.
There you go. I guess so.
I'm not ashamed of asking a man, when's the last time you had this type of test? I'm not scared. I'm not scared to say drop your drawers and let me.
That was always.
Huh?
That was always one of the requirements to dating me. You have to have your STD test. We're going together to get an STD test. Always. Yeah. But anyway, I don't see anything wrong with it because it's like this, all the trafficking that's going on with these women, all the kidnapping and all the raping, and you've seen the ID channel.
Okay.
And what the number one site they go, I ain't gonna say it, but anyway, some of these dating sites I almost got us in trouble. And one of them is very popular. It started with a P, so I'm just gonna say I didn't see many people They were found over in the burn pile from meeting somebody on that site. So I think that it's about time that they did it.
Would you pay for it?
Would I pay for it? Of course I would. Yes.
Do you think it's something they should charge people for?
No, they shouldn't.
I think that if you're going to go ahead and launch
If
it,
you're
why are you
charging a
trying to get
membership
money
fee,
for it?
if you're charging a membership fee, why not take some money from that membership fee and put it toward the background checks to keep people safe on your site? Why not?
They should have probably been doing something like
Because
that.
I mean, seriously, I would want to know if a rapist or a child molester, I would want to know if that's the person I'm talking to. Like,
Well, what if those charges are put on somebody, and we all know that all charges like that are not true? So
but
then
that's
someone
where,
reads
that's
that
where
stuff.
you and that person has to have an open communication line and a trust line. If he or she
At
is
least
not
you have
willing
a
to talk
choice.
about it, you have a choice. And if they're not willing to open up about it, then go on where you go.
Yeah.
Because I'm believe what you see. Fuck what they tell you. Believe what you see. It's the actions that count over whatever words people say. Because people tell you it's sunny outside and it's raining like cats and dogs.
You know what? And the other thing is I would have more respect if this is a conversation that we can openly have, not being judgmental. We're sitting up here, two grown adults. We're speaking about this because we want to get to know each other better. Let's go ahead and put it on the table. There's nothing wrong with that. Give me the choice. Don't take my choice away from me.
Don't take my choice away. That's right.
Well, I feel like it'll keep everybody a lot safer because, like I say, people use these chat lines anyway to benefit themselves, whether it's scamming the older people, elderly people, or whatever. You know, this is always a scam with these chat lines, meeting women and taking women for their money. So I feel like, yes, you need to know their background.
I just found that interesting. So I was, I was reading about that. And I was like, I wonder how y'all gonna feel about it.
Well, Nate, what's on your mind tonight?
Baby, I'll take up the whole show with what's on my mind. What's on my mind is I truly, truly want to know why is it so hard for people in your inner circle, whether it's friends or families, relationship, whatever. Why is it so hard for the next person to root you on instead of try to pull you down? Like, you think that this person is legitimately for you. You think this person wants to see you strive and do better. But the only thing that snake is there to do is to see how they can swindle in and take something, a blessing that is for you. And what I mean by that is it's not necessarily me, but you see people doing it. And I don't, God forgive me, because I got a gift to gab. I love to talk. But I'm not a friendly person by far because I easily get hurt when I know I'm giving you the best of me and then you turn and take what's good for me and turn it into something negative by trying to use me in any form of fashion that you can. And then when you say, well, help me out, pass out flyers, do this, that, and the third, they say they will. But the only thing they're trying to do is get your pattern to take what you're trying to build.
Exactly. They come into your circle to find out how you run in your operation, and then they start their own. You know what I'm saying? They come in like, oh yeah, I'm really finna help you build and do this and do that. No, they're not. You got to be very careful with who you bring into your circle.
It really offends me because, like, I don't mind helping you or even showing you how to get started.
But don't steal my stuff. Don't steal my idea.
If you give me the opportunity, I don't mind showing you anything.
It's just, unfortunately, it's just human. That's that weird human side, I guess. I don't know.
That's that human greed.
I don't know. I've thought about it, and it's like every single time I don't know. The older I get, the more I start seeing things where I didn't see it when I was younger. But it's the older I'm getting, I'm like, ooh, just keep turning my head and shaking my head. I think I'm gonna have wrinkles before it's all this gonna be knotted up because I'm just frowning all the time. It's everywhere, and evidently it's just in part of the human spirit.
They think just because they change a word or just because they change a button or a butterfly that it's their idea, when the whole time they just took your idea and ran with it. And it's something that was your baby and you worked hard on it.
This has been going on since the beginning of time. I mean, that's why you see, like there's a billion Coca-Colas out in the world. Coke X, Soda 9, brown, purple, pink, or what, I'm just saying, but it's the same. Y'all know it's Coke. I mean, right? But I'm just saying, so I don't know. With that being
What
said, I just don't know.
what
You
it
don't have to
taught me
take
to
from.
do is what it taught me to do is keep my circle even smaller and actually just not everybody wants to know your good news. They want to take your good news and use it. So don't tell everybody your next step.
Why is that though?
So
That makes you bitter.
When you start now doing something, keep it to yourself till you done got it off the ground, and then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, all of a sudden it hit market or it hit, out in the world. Then they're looking like, well, why didn't you tell me about that? That wasn't your business. It wasn't time for everybody to know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay, because it's yours. You have that right. You don't have to, express what it is that you're doing or what you're trying to get going. Sometimes the better things are kept a secret until it's time to reveal.
That makes you bitter.
But what if it's you're in a situation to where you need some help?
Well,
you need some help, and you need to bring somebody in.
Well, then there's the thing. You choose. You have to be careful, like she said. You choose who it is that you're going to bring in. Bring in somebody along that same line. Bring in somebody who is you know what I'm saying, on that same path, who's probably a little ahead of you or right there with you doing the same thing, and y'all can work it together. You know what I'm saying? Y'all both got individual things, but you can also help each other. It's real. You have to be very, very, very careful at who you bring in, because everybody is not for you. Sometimes they are secretly against you.
Everybody ain't your friend.
Ain't that what it said?
Everybody ain't your body.
Let me read this real quick because this is important. Amber says, so what's on my mind tonight is that I found out that one of my daughter's close friends was told by a new friend that if life was hard, to just kill herself.
And this is a kid now. This baby is in middle school, y'all. Like, that's how they talking in middle school? Seriously? Well, baby, that new friend would no longer exist in my child's world. If that's the advice you have to give another child that might be going through something, no, we can't be friends, homegirl. No.
Not at all.
How old did you say?
Amber, they didn't say how. Middle school. Amber, they are 12-ish. Oh, my God. Well, Amber, I would definitely reach out to her parents and let them know what's going on. Because a lot of time kids, they be going through stuff and they don't want to talk to the parents. But the parents need to be aware of this, because this could turn into something more serious. You know what I'm saying? Because kids are so impressive.
The parents may be doing the issue where the child feels like that they don't want to live.
So maybe they need to go to somebody else besides the parents.
Well, probably so, but the parents need to know so they know what's going on.
You
would hate for this child to take her life because she was told to take her life. You know what I'm saying? Then the parents didn't have an opportunity to jump in to try to save their baby. Let's see. Amber said, so her mama did remove a lot of people from her life. Okay, well, that's good.
That's still difficult, and that's difficult to hear, because when you think about youngsters, middle age, I'm going back to when I was in junior high, middle school. I think that's a really difficult time for young adults. I call them young adults because they're transitioning. You know what I'm saying?
Fit in, worried about what type of clothes you got on.
Peer pressure was real. Like I was always being talked about. Honey, my mama had them hand-me-downs. I had stuff looking like from 1950. But I'm just saying, I remember it being real back then, and I can only imagine now, because like Nate said, there's social media, so it's bigger than just when you go directly to school. Now it's everywhere on everything, all platforms and stuff. So.
And they think just because they deleted from their page that it's deleted, but it's out there somewhere in cyberspace.
And the way stuff spreads with people are harsh and cruel and mean. I can't imagine that. I don't know. I'm just somebody that's 12 years old. I'm thinking back to our kids when they were 12, 13. That kind of stuff is strong and can leave an ugly impression. So somebody needs to know something about that before it's ugly.
She need to go to counseling or something. Need to get some counseling. Somebody need to find out what's going on with her. That's
just hateful.
Yeah.
That's some hateful stuff right there, honey. I don't know what's going on with the world, baby, but let me tell you something. I wouldn't want to be a teenager.
I wouldn't either.
Hallelujah. I'm glad to be old. Thank you,
I had
Jesus.
tough skin when I was a teenager. I didn't care what you said, shit. I was too busy ripping and running and having fun. I was ripping and running and having fun.
Bad.
I wasn't thinking about what you thought about me.
Bad.
You can say whatever you want to say.
When I was a
What?
kid, I didn't have tough skin. My tough skin came along in my adulthood. When I was a kid, I was very sheltered and what do you call it? Um, not I was sheltered, but what do you call it? Naive. I was very naive at a young age. Oh, but baby, by the time I hit 21, 22, 23, I was out there with our boy. Look, that's why I didn't say nothing about the shooting because I too have done some stupid stuff, but it was in the sake of my kids because you didn't want to have respect for my children. So I ended up cutting somebody, so
Jesus,
you know,
oh God, that's why I said, boy, yeah, bad. Y'all were
Nay, don't you think that was sort of out of line? I
hell
mean, it
no,
was.
because if you look at me right now at 46 and tell me straight up you don't give a damn about my kids, even though they grown, and tell me they could die tomorrow and you wouldn't drop a tear, well, I'm gonna make sure you die tomorrow.
But would you
But it's
go to
just
the
words, Nate.
it's just
It's
words.
words.
They didn't put their hands on your child.
No, see, what happened was their child did something to my child, which left my child with a bruise. So I tried to talk to the father so he could handle it with the new thing, and he didn't handle it. So when I tried to talk to her woman to woman, she decided to pull her elder card out. Well, I'm such and such age, honey, and when I met your baby daddy, that type of role. And I was like, okay, I understand, that naive little girl in me, I get it. And then she started getting drunk, and her friends and her family hyped her up, like you said, the crowd
Pumping
would
up.
do. And because they didn't know who my family was in this particular club, which was everybody in the club, anyways. And she hit the table and jumped up like we finna box. And so while she doing this, I done already broke the bottle and cut her in the face, and there you have it.
But she had
But
a fist.
nay,
A fist.
nay. But I'm just saying it was words, though.
Bottle,
I mean,
fist.
Baby, let me tell you
Still
over
on.
words, Nay.
No,
You
baby,
think that's right?
my daughter had a bruise on her that I
Okay.
didn't put on her. And so
Okay.
if I come to you as a concerned parent and I say, hey, this is what happened, this is what my daughter said, we need to have a one-on-one conversation. And she said she understood that, but then when she got around her people and it started ingesting alcohol, all of a sudden she didn't give a damn not only about my two, but the older two that he had. And so as far as I'm concerned, if they drop dead, I wouldn't lose no tears because he's not with y'all no more. Okay.
So you decided to try to kill her then? Just take her ass out.
She decided to open up a can of whip ass on me, but her ass being 5 or 6 years older than me means she moved one step too slow, and I cut her ass.
Oh, girl.
And
I'm surprised your ass ain't in the pen yet. I ain't
The sad
lying.
part about this conversation is
Crazy.
their dad is still with that same chick, and 25 years later, she decides to tell me, if you think for a moment that I kept Keith away from his children, I just want to apologize as a woman. I want to clear my conscience.
Did
That
that
he wasn't
help you?
there. And so I had to explain to her, baby, there is no need for you to apologize because if he was a real father, you being a woman wouldn't have kept him away from his children. I'm sorry.
Man, that's true. That's true.
So you can keep your apologies, baby. It wasn't you that kept him away from his kids. It was himself.
On that note, go ahead, Taz.
I was going to say, and see, I'm going to have to be on their side on this.
That's because both of y'all crazy.
Because listen, I'm going to put it to you like this. You can say what it is that you want. You're entitled to that.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes what you say can get out of line. And the fact that you don't shut it down when you need to shut down, you got that liquid courage up in you. You feel like you're big and bad and you feel like you can't be brought down and you with your homies or your family and you trying to get rowdy when we could have simply had a conversation.
An adult conversation.
And that conversation could have been, you know what I'm saying? It could have been dealt with in a different way. We could, okay, this is what we're not going to do, or this is what we're going to do, so this is how we're going to change this. But bitch, you decided to jump fly.
Mm-hmm.
And that jump and fly, sometimes you know how you take that fly swatter? Sometimes you just got to hit that fly across the head.
Girl, look.
You understand what I'm saying?
But do we got to just, we're talking about blood.
When it comes to, I'm like Nate, when it comes to my children, there are a couple of things you just don't fuck with. When you mess with my money, that's like messing with my kids because you're taking away from them. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, when you decide to disrespecting me is one thing, but disrespecting
My
my
kids, yeah.
that's a whole nother ball game. Bitch, you want to bring the kids into me, you might have a problem. You decide to bring my kids into it. Now I ain't gonna even lie. I'm gonna go ahead and whoop your ass for that.
But I ain't going to jail.
Because you can say what you want to about me, to me, whatever it is you feeling about me, that's fine.
That's fine.
Because those
That's
are your
fine.
feelings. You got to deal with them. I don't have to deal with your feelings. But
Yeah.
when you bring my kids into it and you act like you don't care, you know what I'm saying? We can't handle this as grown folks. Well, bitch, okay, I don't quit being grown. We finna get gutter.
Yep, gotta be real fair.
Oh my God.
We finna go all the way street.
Y'all need to let go of those thug days. Y'all are retired old ass women.
Some of them, no,
sit down some damn where.
Some of them thug days done kept us alive.
Say it again, Francis. Say it one
Some of
more
them
time.
thug days done kept us alive.
Just say
Well, y'all need to realize you're stiff and old now.
You gotta have that thuggishness off in your back pocket so you can pull it out when it's needed.
No. Hey,
You see who we dealing with? This is who we
You.
deal. Nah, I don't know this.
She in the same.
I ain't in
I don't
that
even
category.
understand. She about. Y'all done been on this. How long we been up here talking to the world? America. Yeah.
Boy.
'Cause I'm
Okay,
sure.
Taz, on that note, we come to you. What's on your mind tonight? Jesus.
Well, like you, the way you started out, one of the same things. Here, y'all, we have made it on the map. Bryan College Station has made it on the map of police shootings.
Really?
What in the world?
Yeah, we had one. And I try to look at the situation that that made that occur. But then I also and I think we as human beings, we got two shoulders, two knees, two legs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We got all these other areas on our body
That you can hit.
that you could hit to bring me down, to make me drop my weapon, whatever the case may be. So the story is that this young man was in an apartment complex. In that apartment complex, they said that he was trying to, now this is crazy, he was trying to get into some of the apartments. To me, I don't know if maybe he was into it with somebody or he was trying to get away, whatever the case may be. But now when people called it in, they called in and said that he was out there pointing, his gun at people and stuff like that. So when the police arrived, they said that he fired off a shot, and it wasn't towards the police, but he was also told to drop his weapon, and I guess he didn't, so the police ended up shooting him. Then I read that apparently there was a female with him, and apparently he was in the breezeway of the apartment complex. And let's just say this, the first story they told don't match up with the second story that the police told.
Never does.
It actually did not match up. And within the last couple of days, y'all, we've had 4 shootings. One in Bryan and 3 of them in College Station. The one in Bryan was a 14-year-old girl. She ended up getting shot in the knee. The 3 in College Station was at a HEB in the parking lot. Supposedly, this is just what I hear. The guy had went to go make a deal. He makes the deal, gets the money, and he's headed back to his car. As he gets to the car, the guy he just sold to, I guess decided he wanted the product and his money, wanted to keep his money. So he runs up to him, and the guy is finna get in his car. He turns around, and the dude that's coming up on him shot him. Well, girl, before anything, after he got shot, he took the dude's gun and shot him.
Oh man. Well.
But the dude that got shot first, he ended up passing away.
No.
Wow.
and it's like, and then you got this this young girl who's, I guess apparently she was supposed to have been pregnant, and the guy that she's pregnant by, and she's no longer with, she has a new boyfriend. Well, they say that the guy comes over to the apartment and ended up killing the new boyfriend.
Drama, honey.
Drama. Well, let me ask y'all this. Have y'all heard the one about Reginald Green? This is about a guy who he got beat down. He actually got killed by the police officer. He was trying to outrun the police because he was scared in Louisiana. The police got behind him and stopped him. And you hear him on the video saying, "I'm scared, man. I'm scared. Yeah, I'm your brother. Please, I'm scared." They yank him out the car, cuss him out, beat him down, put him in a chokehold, tased him, kicked him, all of this, right? Then handcuff him to the gurney, the bed, when the ambulance got there, after they called the ambulance, when they noticed that he wasn't breathing. Sent him to the hospital and told the story that the reason why he died was because he crashed his car into a tree. And that's what they told the family, that he crashed his car into a tree. That's why he died. 2 years later, just now, the real truth is coming out. The truth came out, and they admitted that they choked this man, they beat this man, they kicked this man, they tased this man. Even though 2 years ago, the doctor told them, he said, "No way this man died from a car crash hitting a tree. He has two prongs in the back of his back of the where they tased him. The taser was still left in the back of his back, but they told the family that he crashed his car, and that's the reason why he died. And now the truth is just now coming out.
2 years later.
I was talking about that over the weekend, Judy, and you are absolutely right with everything that you just said. And I thought it was so sad that it took 2 years for the truth and the facts to come out. 24 months is entirely too long for somebody, and it's not enough money that nobody can write a check for an accidental death. But then you drag it out for 2 years. That's crazy.
And the profanity, while they were whooping his ass, telling him, "Motherfucker, you better sit still. Stop moving. Put your fucking hands behind your back." And then after that whole incident went down, one of the officers sent a text to the other one talking about, "Well, he's going to dream about this one forever. He will never forget about this."
You know what?
We taught him a lesson, is what they said.
What I don't understand is, as a police officer, what makes you think that it's okay for you to go out, instead of just arresting somebody the right way, feel like it's okay for you to put your hands on somebody because of whatever it is? And clearly they done started out fucked up. So you got something on your motherfucking mind. Your wife didn't give you no head before you left the house, or you didn't eat a good meal, during your lunch break or whatever, because you.
No, I'm gonna tell you what it was. It's because any police officer, if they gotta chase you, they gotta put in any extra work, you're gonna get your ass whooped.
Well, here's the thing.
You make them work, you're gonna get whooped.
That is part of your job. Ain't nobody gonna make your job easy for you. Period. Just like we gotta work to accumulate our motherfucking money, but you don't get to just get it easy. You're gonna have to work for that arrest. Period. You took that oath. You the one who signed up for these. That means you got to run. So if you wasn't in track, bitch, you better get on the treadmill.
That's
if you wasn't on the way.
My daddy used to say that all the time. My daddy used to say that all the time, friends. Make them work for their city pay. My daddy used to say that all the time. Yes. My daddy said, "Don't answer no questions they don't ask you. Don't tell them that. If they forget to ask you your last name, that's not your fault. That's their fault."
If you was not athletic,
Shireen, I forgot to read this.
If you wasn't athletic in high school, college, before you went to the force, that ain't nobody problem but your own. You should have got your workout in, because then you gonna have to work. That's not nobody's fault.
And Charmaine said they also drug him face down, and they did do that. They kept him in a prone position on his stomach, and they know that obstructs the airway. They should have turned him to the side. So they drug him down the road too by his feet.
That's crazy. That is.
But you know what? You know what's crazy about the story though? They said that he crashed his car. That's the way he died. Well, one of the police officers who abused him died in a car accident about a year later.
Won't it happen to you?
You gonna pay one way or the other. If we can't get it through the justice system, believe somebody else will take care of it.
Something gonna happen to you. You better believe you're gonna pay that price, and it's probably gonna be worse than what you did to him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
I
saying.
think that's the biggest mistake that humans make, though. Not just officers, people. Period. When you do wrong to other people, that karma is going to come back on you. It might not come back in the form that you think it's going to come back in, but karma does come back. And even though my kids are grown, I preach that as much as I possibly can. When you going through hell, when you going through something and you can't figure out why the hell you going through what you're going through, think about the shit that you did wrong, because whatever you do, it's going to come back on you. I don't care what the circumstances are. It's going to come back.
Excuse me. And this is another thing that they need to understand. I don't know why when they done arrested him, done beat him down, now he's in the grave, and they bring up their past. Well, he was a suspected drug dealer and all this. It does not matter what his or her background is. What they did back then has nothing to do with right now.
What they did today, that's right.
What did they do in order for you to stop them?
Even if they sold dope yesterday, ain't got nothing to do with today.
What did they do? What led up to that moment of you stopping them, pulling them out their car, dragging them, tasting them, shooting them, choking them, whatever it was that you did? And it's always funny. It ain't really nothing at that moment. At that moment.
There's never nothing at that moment. The bad part about it is when
it's always bringing up their past.
When you think about it,
tries to justify the reason they did what they did. But the funny thing is what led up to that moment right there. It's never anything that serious. No, it's never anything.
It's not. And the bad part, the thing is, y'all, when you see all this, because it's so out of bounds. It happens every day. It's only when somebody has a phone out or some kind of something is leaked out or somebody is tired or they didn't get enough bribery money. So now, you're not going to pay me. I'm going to leak this information out. So 2 years later, now we get a story or, it's always some reason how something will come out. But this stuff happens every single day in some manner of fashion. So you say, this shit is stupid. What can end this? What can we do? What can stop this? Because this is too much. And it's almost like, okay, so some people, when they keep hearing these stories, they're desensitized to it. And they're like, I don't want to hear this shit again. Yep. Here's another one. Oh, God. So they turn the TV off. But let me tell y'all something. I got to get this out. Y'all got to get this out. I heard Jay, she was listening to the story and watching the video. And every single time I hear another one, I hear somebody crying, somebody pleading. My spirit hurts. I get teary. I listen to that shit and I'm like, damn. What is so wrong? How did the devil get in there so deep in this people's spirit where they don't hear another human being like them, another person who bleeds like they do, want to stop doing what you're doing to them? They don't deserve to feel hurt or pain just because it's your job to detain you. Your job is to detain, uphold the law, whatever law it is. They ran a traffic light. They fucking stole from the store. They did something. They killed somebody even. Your job is to correct that, deal with that, detain them until they're tried by the juries or whatever. It's not your job to hurt somebody. To kill them. Even if they are hurting you, I get there's repercussions, there's steps you go through. But when I hear that, I have to take myself and start doing something different. Because it hurts me so much. I hurt, so I say, what is so wrong? And is there anything we can do? Because somehow the devil has gotten in real deep to some people's cores where they don't feel that no more. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand.
Well, I just had to say it's something like it's like us being in the medical field. When you see a car crash victim come in and they're half their brain is hanging out, we don't get overwhelmed or over the top with it because we are desensitized. So that's how it is with the police officers. They're desensitized and they have hate. But so that mixture together is just
when she say what can be done, though, my son, ever since that George Floyd, God forgive me if I'm saying his name wrong, my son has bought him a video camera for his car, the outside and the inside of his car, because like if I get pulled over by the law, somebody somewhere is going to know what's going on. And then all my kids, which is new to me, I just found out this week, all my kids share their location. If something jump off, all my kids share their location. if they're in trouble, and I didn't know of it until this week. And I was like, oh, so if I'm at Walmart, y'all can track me. Y'all can, and they were like, yeah, mama, buy your phone. Like, you need to. I was like, I don't know. I know my son. That's what he said. He was like, mama, when I get pulled over, inside and out. He's got a recording on his phone. He got a memory cord in the thing in the camera in his car.
Yeah.
Like, if y'all take his camera out of his car, it's still somewhere on his phone, on his
Oh yeah.
It's out there. And he tripped me out when he told me that. But because of everything that's going on legally with the law or criminal stuff, period, that's how he's covering himself, because of what he does. And he takes that camera out of his car when he's working, and he put it in the work van.
You know, a while ago, Tanya was saying, you know, of how everything gets leaked and all this. Sometimes also the other way it gets leaked privately is because one of those officers somehow can't sleep at night. Every time they close their eyes, they see that other person's face. You know what I'm saying? Or that person is speaking to them, or it's constantly playing over in their head what they hear them say. And the sad part is they're so busy yelling that they hear what they say, what the person is saying, but they're not listening. You know what I'm saying? So when it gets leaked, I believe in some instances it could be from somebody recording, but it's like even a bystander recording don't stop them from doing what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing stops them anymore. You know? So when things get leaked, it's either because somebody recorded it on their cell phone, or you got a nearby camera of a business that caught it on camera, or one of those officers probably leaked it, done wrote it out before he kills himself because he can't deal with it anymore. So they're not desensitized. People around them just don't know what it is that they feel or what they see or what they go through, because they keep it so hidden, like they tough and that don't nothing bother them.
Well, I think they have to be desensitized, because ain't no human gonna be able to go and just kill people just, you know, back to back to back. It's like they got a whole clean.
They don't do that because they got the law working on their side. So to them, that gives them a free pass to do whatever they're gonna do. It gives them that free pass, and if they ain't never killed nobody, this is the time that they're gonna want to do it, because they want to see what it feels like, because they know they can get away with it.
And I don't see all race of laws break the law, not just white people. I mean, I've seen some black officers, I've seen some Mexicans. I have literally seen them because they got that blue uniform on. They are above the law. I have literally seen them.
That's because they're trying to fit in with their peers. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to fit in. They don't want to be ostracized or anything like that. They don't want to be just, so they got to go along with the side that they're on.
All right, y'all. We didn't talk about that. Now I got to get on this incident that happened to me and Tanya. We was at Walmart, and I was driving through the parking lot, and this guy, he pulls out of his little parking space, and he comes out, and I'm coming like this. I'm driving, and let me get in the camera, and he's coming like this, and he just pushed down the gas. I mean, he gave the car gas, boom, and he was about to hit the car, and I just had to hurry up and go. And it was like, where does this road rage come from? Why is somebody so aggressive now? You know, it was like he was about to run us over and he didn't even care. And then I read a story today about a little boy named, I forgot his name, but anyway, he got killed. Him and his mom was going down the highway.
Oh, was he 6-year-old, right, or something like that?
6 years old.
Yes.
They were going down the highway. She was taking her son to school. And a lady in a white car, SUV, was coming, trying to cut in front of her. And so the lady, she sped up, wouldn't let the lady in front of her. Well, the lady got pissed off, so she drove up, cut over, and shot into the lady's car and killed her son.
Yep.
Killed her son, shot him in the stomach.
Oh, I did hear about that.
His name was Aiden.
Yes.
His name was Aiden.
Yes, I did hear about that.
7 years old, just had a birthday.
Well,
and killed him over road rage.
You that up in the head, you that up.
Guess
you
what?
did wrong.
The thing that was crazy to me is that she's a female. Yes. Usually females don't act like that.
We're not that over the top.
You know what? I guess, we finna have more in the gay community, because she finna become somebody bitch in the pen.
Girl, because honey, you know that look. That don't even make any sense. And it's real because y'all know. I know we've all experienced some form of that rage when you're on the highway or something like that. So I've even been, probably a little bit hot driving down the road and have up next to somebody and looked at them upside their head. But that's the extent of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Judy, we gonna get shot. I
be saying to myself, I'm glad I leave my pistol at the house.
But
I'm glad I leave it at the house.
You don't, God knows. But I'm just saying, what gets you to the point where you finna actually pull your gun to shoot at somebody? Do you think that maybe they were just trying to scare and then it went off? No, it was with the intention. It was on the intention.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Road rage is nasty.
You say road rage, and it's crazy because it's like when we're on the road, and the most that I get mad at is, motherfucker, you seen me trying to get over
that,
and you're
going,
you know what I'm saying? You're gonna,
but you ain't finna pull no gun.
I'm not finna sit up there and get out my car, and I'm not finna sit up here and go off on you and get the talking and all. You don't know what you got in your car.
We were at a car wash. We pulled in front of somebody that I get. Was he going?
No, we were coming out the car wash. I had just came out the washer, and I was coming out the car wash. There's no stop sign. You coming out the car wash.
We had the right of way.
And I had the right of way. I'm coming out. This guy, he just zooms up into the car wash, and we almost collide. And he gets out his car.
He gets out the car.
He gets out his car. He comes over to my window, bitch, talking shit. And I got up out the car. He seen how big my ass was. And then all that bitch, hold on. He started backing up. He started coming to his senses. Then
got back in his car.
But you didn't have to pull out. No. Keep on going. Keep on running your mouth like you running, because I'm about to shut your ass up.
That was funny. But the rage part, that's the part that I'm just like, damn. Did we have
that
to
he
get
jumped
like that?
out of his car and approached my car, not knowing what I got in my car. But he was so upset.
Jay, when you got out the car,
when he got out, boy, he said, first he was, bitch, you black bitch, and I got out the car, he said, but I'm just saying, you don't know, you could have stopped right there before you pulled out, No, keep talking that big shit that you was talking.
When y'all
I can't do nothing but laugh at that fool. I wasn't even mad no more.
About the 6-year-old or the 7-year-old, I just got quiet because I mean my oldest grandson is 6. So to know that this woman was enraged because you couldn't get on the road, because
you couldn't cut over in front of this lady and take over the lane that she's in.
I just want to take this time to let anybody that's watching know, look, we are talking about human life on this show.
Ain't nothing that damn serious.
Yeah, if you don't think that the devil is real, you need to reevaluate your whole life. The devil will rip you up, chew you up, and spit you out. Because that's all it is. This world is full of hate.
And it's getting worse.
America is supposed to be the home of the free, the land of the brave. Ain't shit free about this freaking country. Nothing. You have to pay to breathe. You have to pay to eat. You have to pay to wash your ass. So don't pay somebody to take your life over some bullshit where you can walk away from it. Don't. It's ignorant of a person, period, male or female, is really ignorant. And I'm speaking to myself too, things that I did in my younger days. I should have just walked away and I didn't. So the older me, the wiser me, I will walk away. But if you follow me, that's a different story. But I am woman enough where I can walk away from crime to keep from losing my life.
Y'all, I got a story about a basketball player. His name was Dominique Wilkins.
Y'all know Dominique Wilkins?
Oh, legend, right? So he was going to a restaurant in like an upscale Atlanta. I don't know how to even pronounce it. It's like a French La Boule. Let me read this. La Boule. Anyway, something fancy. But he was going there, and he was like, I thought I was well dressed. It's middle of the afternoon, probably like 1:00. He said, he had on, like, he's a basketball guy, right? So he wasn't in wear. He was in athletic wear. Well, evidently the people were looking at him upside his head. He was like, okay, I've known racism before. You know, when he was young, there was a burning cross in his yard. So he understands hate, right? He's old enough to know it. So they were looking at him weird. They weren't wanting to seat him. He asked for a table outside. They said, no, we don't have any. He's like, there's like at least 6 or 7 open tables he can see from right where he was standing. So, okay, he's like, why aren't you going to give me a table outside? Well, then another lady comes up to him and says, well, and besides which, we can't serve you because you're wearing sweatpants, and that goes against our dress code. So he was like, at the same time she's saying this, there's people walking up to be seated that are in shorts, raggy ripped jeans, sneakers, hats, all kind of laid back athletic wear, but you're not ignoring them, and people dining in the restaurant. Now, this is alleged because this is what he's saying, right? But okay, then there's another report that he reported this to CBS. So CBS also had documented probably 2 weeks before another, just a regular person who also had a complaint against the same restaurant for not allowing her to eat there, and they feel it's because she's also a black woman. So they feel it was a racial thing. Well, then the owner, he's like, well, I'm a fan of this basketball star. I've been following him forever. It's nothing personal, but this goes against our code of our dress code. He's like, how can I tell him that I can allow him to come and eat in our restaurant or our establishment when I told other people who are wearing the same thing, it turned out to be the sweatpants was the determining factor. But he's like, I would be discriminative against other people that I've told no to, and just because I'm letting you come in because of your celebrity status.
Meanwhile, they're sitting in that restaurant eating in athletic wear.
It's like, what?
Yeah, something like that happened with this lady. Her and her son went to go eat, and the same thing happened to them. They couldn't go in to eat because her son was in some basketball shorts.
You're like, huh? Okay, so we people are showing out. That's just too much. But I could have also understood the owner's side, his perspective.
If you didn't have the other people sitting in there eating with the athletic wear on are the
True.
ripped jeans sitting there eating at tables.
But like they said, it was
understand.
Sweatpants is the determining factor.
Okay, but
the sweatpants,
wait.
and then they have it in a clause,
so they can sit in there with ripped jeans.
Yes, but not sweatpants.
What in the Sam hell does what you wear have to do with your eating
and your
what
money?
In the hell? It's not.
But wait. In all respect, there are some places that you wouldn't go wearing your night coat, your hair bonnet, your rollers.
That's true, depending on what restaurant you're going to. If you're going to an upscale ass restaurant where they do dining, like you got to wear the formal
suit
wear,
and tie and formal wear.
Yes, if you're in this establishment and there is no fucking dress code, but you say there is, but you look in there and you got everybody in sweatpants, athletic shorts, they in their comfortable gear.
Thing is, they have a dress code. They have a documented dress code, but they chose not to adhere to it. They pick and choose who they want, but
what the fuck
they have that just to cover their ass whenever it's brought to anybody's attention. You see what I'm saying? It's just, hey, by the way, it's documented right here that we do not we can't serve people who are wearing sweatpants.
Okay,
but you can pick and choose who you want to.
It's documented down, and yet you have those that are in that restaurant that still dressed as a way that you say that you don't allow being dressed in your restaurant.
What would y'all do if somebody told you couldn't eat there because?
Well, of course, I'm gonna take pictures of everybody else that's in there in their flip flops and their
Fox
slides, and I'm going to the news station.
TMZ.
Exactly, and baby, after that we're gonna have a civil suit.
Oh yeah.
What you say? I'm gonna
get paid. I'm gonna give me some money.
Lou Boutica.
People have to stop. If they stop and use their head, you have more lawsuits than you have incidents. If people just stop and step back, because you can't say no to me, but yes to them. And a lawyer might not believe that you have a suit, but just know you standing up for yourself is one of the best principles you can have.
All right, that's true right there, honey.
Yeah, that makes no. That's craziness. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to force them into early retirement.
There you go, for bullying somebody.
That's not bullying. How is that for me bullying? But Judy just got this saying she was going. Okay, what the hell?
Both y'all bullies. Y'all both bullies.
Now she said she gonna force them into early retirement.
You see this?
That's right. That's right. Use a
thug.
Use a thug.
She was down for Jay doing it, but let me force somebody into early retirement.
That's my baby. That's my
the same damn
Bonnie. Bonnie got Clyde's back.
You see this shit?
That's my Bonnie.
See this shit?
We going down together, baby.
Because she's over there where the money resides. Where the money resides.
Where the money reside. Where the money reside.
That's what that is. No, don't be over there trying to say nothing. I ain't even
Help me. Help.
No, ain't no help. Ain't no damn help because you just on her goddamn side.
I'm lost without you.
What?
Don't wanna go.
Put in that big lawsuit, so she over there where the money resides. Where
the money reside. Where the money reside. No.
I don't think I ever said this to you. Fuck you.
Girl, I earned me one in the earlier show, girl. I'm already initiated.
Lord,
It's right. That's all right.
Well, y'all, that's been our current events. I know it was crazy, but that's what's going on around us.
Yeah. Crazy.
Nothing
and
crazy.
The world need to calm down a little bit. The world need to bump it down a few notches because now you forgot to talk about the man in Florida showing out, but we'll get to that on another show because we gonna come back to that one on another show. But everybody in the world need to calm down a little bit.
Yeah,
calm down. Just take a woo-saw, find a way to. Hey, it ain't that serious. Value life a little bit more.
This is where everybody needs to be. It's this man on TikTok, this old school dude. Girl, he's a white dude, and he always going around. He walk downtown, and he has on headphones, and the music that he listens to, girl, is always the old school R&B. Like, what was it? He'll listen to Al Green or some, you know what I'm saying, Parliament or something like that. Girl, he be downtown just dancing, just getting. He don't give a damn what's going on around him. But he getting. Yeah, we all need to be able to be like that. Get in the middle.
Baby, that's gonna be me when I get old. That's gonna be me. And Live will be outside dressed just like Mercedes dancing in the middle of the street. They gonna lock me up. I'm gonna tell you now, they gonna lock me up, put me in a crazy home. I'm just gonna tell y'all in advance.
If we can
just make sure they wiping my ass.
If we can get back to the way it used to be, where you could have block parties and everybody, no matter if you disliked each other, you stay at one end, we stay at the other end, but we can be at a block party and have fun. That's what we need. A big ass.
It'll be a better place, honey. Yes, Jesus. Yeah. Yes, Lord. All
right, y'all. This has been Straight Talk, no BS. Y'all have a good night.
Crazy asses. We ain't working with a fool, dick.
Boy.
Ain't working with a fool with honey.